that down there, and that should be my last bend on this piece. So let's see what we end up with. As we go along, we just keep tweaking and tweaking until everything sits the way we want it. Man, that looks so perfect right there. I need to be able to get that stone into that position. Let's do this. I just twisted it out a little bit so it's not so far on the inside. It's going to let me get my stone in there. So sitting there. So I just need to be able to put that down a touch. I'm going to put down my leather pad. It's a little piece of thick leather. I just cut into the shape of my anvil back here. Use my little rubber mallet here. That shows me having a little bit more room to be able to bring that up. See how I have the gap back here? I want to kind of bring this up and center it. So that means I need to twist up on it just a little bit this way. Woo! Some of these take me quite a while to get figured out and to get everything to bend the way that I want it to. So there's that. We're going to tap it over again. So that's about where I want that. I'm going to take and roll this tip right over. And then it was stuck. Woo. All right. My tip can come down some more. Oil this. Sorry everyone. A little tool maintenance. There we go. All right, so just going to take my tip, roll that right around. Got my spot. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So here's how this piece right now is looking. So this is going to be its final resting place, right there. and this has it captured. There's some space, but not a lot. I just have to twist this little prong there in, and this side is done. So once I get this out, I can bend this piece out away from the stone. Curve this in just a touch. Okay. Now this piece, the piece we just bent, I'm going to take and twist it out from here, because what we want to do in the end is be able to tap right here and get that to close on itself. And I want to do that from back here. That's going to allow me to make sure that the stone's in the right spot and that my fork tine can get around it to close up that gap and hopefully not break it. Alright, so this one's a little bit trickier because we have these stones. I don't know if you can see that very well. We have these little crystals here. And to get around those, so that's my spot, I need to mark that's my spot right there. So I need to bend this up this way because I'm really trying to keep all the aesthetics of the stone and still keep it clear. So I don't want fork tines going in front of the stone. I would like to keep it around the outside edge. If I can go this way, cut across this way, and then back down, I think that would really capture those two stones that are on the side growing out of it. So my first bend needs to be a straight bend, and I'll do that with my flat bladed pliers. It will bend there. No, I want to bend it back right there. That bend will come up at an angle just like this. Then once I get that bent, I'll mark it again to come over the top here, and then whatever I have left I'll run that way. So I'm going to use my flat pliers, and where I have this little mark, I'm going to bend it up about the angle I think it was. Stone back in the same direction. So I got it right there on the first try. Sweet. Mark it again. This will be my second bend, and this will be going straight up. I'm going to mark it out a little bit further. Bring it right back towards me. Again, flat pliers, and these have no teeth. So I got a pretty good bend in there. That's my spot. take and bend that some more. And this is kind of putting a similar diamond shape into it, which is kind of cool. So let's see, there's my spot. That needs twisted this way, and then we'll see from there. So I just twisted it to try and get it closer to the stone. That way I know better of the seat. Here's my spot right there. Okay, so that can come down about another 1/4 of an inch. Holding it, same spot, bring it down the last little bit. Okay, and now I've got everything wrapped around. It's hard to see with the clear crystal, sorry. I'm going to bring right here. So you also have to look at where the stone is about to hit. Actually, I need to bring that more over. Always test fit and test fit and test fit some more. The only thing that can really happen in a test fit is it doesn't fit, which is why we test fit 12 billion times. And try not to force anything, because this is going to be free floating for all purposes. Okay, so I got that part right. That part's too much now, so I'll put a new mark. I need to bend right here out. Okay. So I'm not in the right spot again. So that means my last bend in here was a little too far. Tweak it out a little bit. There we go. Now it fits back in its spot there. Go right there. Okay, that's my spot. This guy needs to come out. Right from there. That looks okay. There, it went down in the hole. That's the hard part, getting everything right back to where you want it to be. There's that right there. Okay, you're off to that edge. Now you can come down at an angle right there. Okay. Now we're getting towards the finish line, because pretty soon this is going to be captured after this bend here. So after we make this bend, we'll test fit again, we'll pull something apart, clean everything up, and then we'll try and put it back together to where it's nice and tight and everything is locked in place. So this guy needs to come down right about like that. Alright, let's see if we can get this in here for our last test fit. I think I'm going to have to bring this side way out, just so I can get the stone back in, because this side is the tricky side. It's got the hardest bend. It's about where I want it. Take this out just a little bit. Because this is going to be a captured side, and it's got the biggest feature on it. This side is going to be locked in place right now, so this side's not going to move anymore. This side that we're working on. Try and get everything straight. And since that last bend, things have kind of shifted again. So I just need to make sure everything's lining up where it's supposed to. And that's where it's supposed to be there. That's my spot. Okay, so I'm going to bend all of this right down. This is always scary, especially whenever crystals are involved. Crystals are pretty fragile. Squeeze something too tight and it's all gone. Okay, so that's there. That's flush. Make sure everything's even still. Okay, I want that to come out just a touch more. Looks like that's the spot. So I think that's straight. right. Nope. There's that. That's where I want that. Right. Okay. So this can tap down just a touch. Once I get my other side on there, it will hold that together and in place. Okay, so now let's see if we can get our stone out. So now we have all these little marks on here. We have all these tool marks and everything. We're going to need to get that off and get this buffed up a little bit and get this ready to be put in final place. So, mask on. I'm going to take, where's my alcohol? Someone stole all the alcohol. Alright, so we'll take it out with our buffing tool. I was able to take one of the cheap Dremel tools and replace the cable with one that fits the quick release, and it only took me a couple minutes to change the parts out because it came with a different one. Get in there. Alright, anytime you're using the Dremel, you want to make sure you have on your mask. I'm using these little sanding discs, wheels. They have different grits. I think I have 7, 8 different grits that goes all the way up to 2,000. Buy them in little packages. So we're going to take off our big tool marks with the lowest grit. I'm going to switch over to the sanding drum. It uses different little discs, different little drums. This is a 180 grit. Alright, so the big stuff has been ground out to big tool marks. I'm going to go back to this guy, but I think it's 220 grit. And we're just going to work our way up through. I generally skip a grit until I get up to, I think it's the 800, and then we'll do the higher grits very last. Okay, so I have my tool marks 90% gone. I'm going to put it on the buffer real quick with my heaviest rouge and see if I can get that to shine up a little bit. There we go. So I got the front nice and shiny and smooth. Got my marks off of there. Still got a couple little marks left on the inside. I really don't know who stole the alcohol. We'll see if peroxide will take it off. Yep, peroxide is taken off my marks. Alcohol works really quick.